Bonjour, hello everyone. I'm Nata, host of the Nata PR School podcast. You're a successful entrepreneur or marketing manager and you're about to launch a new product or service, or you've been selling your goods for quite some time, but you want to learn how to increase your visibility, get known, and reach more clients? At Nata PR, we deal with real clients every day and we'll teach you simple, fun, and honest PR solutions. You'll learn easy steps to combine PR to social media right now. Keep listening and let's get started. Bonjour, hello, and welcome to this 58th episode of the Nata PR School podcast. Recipe for success, public relations plus social media. PR plus social media. If you've been listening to this podcast for a while, you probably certainly know that I created this new service at the agency, Nata PR School. This podcast is part of this new service to teach you how to combine public relations with social media your digital online strategies. Combine PR and social media. You have certainly heard me say that before. And today, I really wanted to share with you a model, really an exceptional success that we had the chance to be part of at the agency and just tell you all about it. So we had this privilege to work with a young brand of vegan handbags just a few months ago. We started a few months ago. It's a new relation that we have, but it's a perfect example, really obvious example on how you can really emphasize the work of what has been done in the past on the web with a traditional PR, and when you combine those two, how you can amplify yourself. And since it's a perfect example of what I'm teaching you, I'm going to tell you all about it. I won't retrace the company's beginnings here. I won't tell you the whole company's story today, but instead I'll tell you about what's happening here and now, which is so interesting. So here is what the brand had done before hiring us full-time. So during those 4 years of work, they really created a strong community and engaged with them and decided to serve their clients, their customers really at the best of their possibility. And some clients have become, in 4 years, real fans, because some of them, I'm telling you, buy new bags seasons after season. Sometimes they buy the same bag in a different color. It's really impressive. So they have this love from their clients. And I'm not going to talk about why, but they created this strong community. And the other thing they did to promote themselves, so they had, of course, a very strong online strategy. And then they really combined it with articles about them. So they were able to interest journalists about their journey, their new story. They were a young company who started online. And what really helped them is this TV show. You'll hear me talk about TV very often, even if there are less people watching TV year after year. It's still, even today, a very powerful traditional media, because then, after they of course, put their segments online. But all this to say that it's still super powerful. And this new brand, this young entrepreneur, was able to be invited to one of these reality shows where they really promote entrepreneurs. And, in the States, they call it the Shark Tank. In Canada, it's Dragon's Den. And this is where those shows where these young or not so young entrepreneurs have created a new company and they tell their story and talk about their business plan, and they try to convince a shark or a dragon to invest in their company. So she did that. That really helped us also get known. And so I will tell you more about TV, as I said, in a future podcast, but the focus today is really to just give you those two, these are two axes where they invested their time to promote themselves before we arrived. So when the brand decided to hire us full-time as their PR agency, they had already built close ties with many influencers as well. and one of whom had taken part also in a TV reality show. And she was quite famous in this, I call it bubble in Canada called Quebec, because it's a province where language is French. So it's a very interesting market. Not so easy to work with, but when you understand how it works, you can sometimes be very successful. And that's exactly what this vegan handbags brand did. So they did this collaboration. They had this collaboration coming with this influencer. And so they created a bag with her and they had to launch this bag. What was really interesting about this influencer, a young woman, even if she became famous after this TV reality and taking part in this show, she had a real genuine concern and a real love for her followers. That was her secret, actually, and I had the chance to meet with her. And if you remember, it's podcast 57. I talk about the law of sincerity. That's the perfect example of how powerful it can be. She loves talking to her fans. She loves them. She loves to get in touch with them. And despite, they don't see her really often. She's not a singer. She's not an artist of any kind. But despite the distance, they can really follow her on their phone, most of them probably. So they have this virtual bond that is totally human at the end of the day. For her fans, they feel understood by her, they feel respected, they really identify to her, and she became recently a young mother. So there's this level also of being a mom. So she really talks to them in a genuine way. So it's interesting to sometimes follow such influencers, because they have such a high engagement rate, meaning there are so many people commenting their post. Let's say they have, 200,000 followers. And if there's more than, if there are like a few thousand people sometimes following or reacting to their post, the engagement is interesting. I'm not going to talk about it today, but what was interesting is that the brand, the vegan handbag brands, had a collaboration on the way, and they wanted to know how to launch this bag and how to capture the attention of the press. So this is where public relations come in the picture. I'm getting there. So this collaboration with these influencers was about to be ready to be launched. So the bags arrived. And the question was how to launch this bag in the media while giving her all the space the brand could to the influencer, despite a crazy busy schedule of events and launches, because the brand had other major announcements to do, but they wanted to give this collaboration the space that it deserved. My first question to the brand owner was, can we combine this press event with a shopping event with the influencers, fans, and local people? Would it be something strong if we try to do something in the influencer's hometown? And so next, we had to make sure that the brand had enough fans in that city to invite them to meet the influencer and give them or tell them, a gift, invite them to meet the influencers, take picture with the influencer, as you have seen probably in front of a beautiful wall of pictures, bags, and, during a fun event where they would want to buy the bag. The answer of my client was, yes, we do have a large share of our fans living in that city, and they often ask us when we'll go and meet with them. I was just thrilled by this response, because local media are often quicker and easier to interest to a local, well-known personality or influencers. So this is what we did. So we opted for a local public relations strategy. Local TV was a major ally here. We managed to convince them to come and meet this influencer in her own city, along with the brand's founder. So the influencers could explain why the president of the company chose her, how they worked together, how they designed the bag, and why it was such a design, etc. So the story exceeded all of our expectations. And a special coverage at the scene of the event was included in this TV segment, with relevant editing and prime time broadcast on the evening news. So we were so happy with the result. And what was really interesting, this is what I wanted to share with you today, that the combined effect of this TV segment with the social media already happening was just crazy and sent the sales skyrocketing, really. In 24 hours, listen to this, the company exceeded what they had sold in the past in, their biggest sell day in the past 4 years. They exceeded their sales by 5 times. Not 2, not 3, 5 times. It was just insane. So the moral of the story is it's possible. It can be done. Every day we experience these amazing stories. They're not crazy successes like that every day, but we have other successes similar. So we know how to combine traditional media with social media to get your clients' attention, get our clients known, and boost their sales. And it's magic. When it works, it's just so much fun. And that's exactly what we teach at the Nata PR School. I know there's a cohort right now. It might be too late for you to join, but there will be another one probably at the beginning of the new year. So keep listening, get on our list. You can now subscribe on our website, natapr.com. Or you can send me an email too, and I'll be happy to talk to you. So if you don't want to wait for the cohort or the training, you can get in touch with us. I'll be happy to hear your story, ask questions, and let you know in all honesty if I can help you, or if it's too soon, or if you should wait, or I will tell you exactly what are the next steps you should be doing. So hopefully you've enjoyed this episode today, talking about a real case story that was so much fun, that we enjoy at the agency so much. And I hope you'll be there next week. À la semaine prochaine. Hey, you want to learn more about how to implement PR strategies? Head on to natapr.com and get on our list. You will also receive the Nata PR model on how to create a successful PR campaign. If you want to become a client, just send us an email to nata@natapr.com. Talk to you next week. À la semaine prochaine.